Hi, I'm Jacob, and this is my review of the Matfer Bourgeat 11 3/4 inch black carbon steel pan. Matfer was kind enough to send this to me in order to do a video review on it, and I am absolutely loving it. I have a ton of stainless steel, cast iron, and other carbon steel pans, and this is probably my new favorite pan. This is the 11 3/4 inch. They do a ton of different sizes, but this is one of, if not the most popular carbon steel pan out there. And whether you're new to carbon steel and looking for something, whether it's because of its non-stick properties once you season it, or you're experienced and you have lots of other carbon steel, I would say this holds up with the best of them. And if you're transferring over from, the conventional non-stick pans that end up getting scratched and you have to buy new ones all the time, even though this one isn't cheap, it's going to last you a lifetime and you're going to save money overall, and you can get such nice cooking done, whether you're a professional chef or beginner. There's a reason, though, that a lot of professional chefs use carbon steel, that they use Matfer pans, and these things are great. The only cons, and this is going to be for any carbon steel pan, is that you have to season it. But I'm going to show you how to do that, and it's not that hard. The main thing is just cook with it. Even if you don't get your seasoning perfect, it's just going to get better with time. And the other is, don't cook acidic foods like tomato sauce or vinegar-based sauces in it. Just use something else for that. Everything else is a pro with this thing. Also, it looks amazing. It looks professional. I love how it looks. Sometimes I'll just look at it. Such a nice pan, and it works really well. I just cooked some eggs this morning with it, fried eggs, and they just slide across the pan. Really good for eggs, for stuff that you would use a conventional nonstick for. Gets a really nice browning on meats and vegetables. You can saute stuff. You can do just about everything except, like I said, the acidic foods, or especially sauces. But I'm going to show you how I seasoned it. I ended up doing it a couple different ways. And the reason they call this their black carbon steel line is that over time, months and years, it's going to get darker and darker. I've been cooking with this a ton since I got it, but it's still, it's brown or something like that, but it'll get darker. The seasoning gets better. These pans get better with time, not worse, which is another amazing thing about them. You can put this, since it's all steel construction, there's no plastic or anything on it. You can put it in the oven if you want to with your foods. And I do love Matfer. This is the only pan I have that they rivet. Really nicely done rivet. And so you don't have the bolts here that stuff gets caught on and it's hard to clean. So yeah, this thing is awesome. I really love it. I would 100% recommend it if you're looking for a carbon steel pan, but let me show you cooking with it, how I seasoned it. Yeah, if you're thinking about one, get this one. Get plenty of butter in the pan. Let's see how this egg goes. It's looking pretty good. Moment of truth. Let's see if it sticks. Oh, not sticking at all. Look at that. Just slides back and forth. That's what you want on a pan. So yeah, that is great. And that's what's nice. You get a natural non-stick without having to deal with anything. Oh, it's almost too non-stick. I can't get this underneath it. Let's see. Okay, there you go. But yeah, that's pretty great. You're not going to get a better egg cooking pan than that. And still non-stick on the other side. That is, that's pretty nice. Even other carbon steel pans I've had usually don't do the egg right on the first time. And if yours doesn't, don't get discouraged. You just have to keep cooking with it. That is the rule of carbon steel. Things stuck to the pan at all, I will just wipe it out while it's still warm. And then, there's different schools of thought on whether you need to clean it or not. I will sometimes, depending what I'm cooking, but other times I'll just wipe it out and put some more oil on it. You can see that looks real nice. I'm about to cook a venison tenderloin, and gonna use some tallow to cook it. I do like cooking meats in tallow. It's important to preheat, get this thing nice and hot. It's almost at the smoke point. And I reverse sear these, so I've already cooked these up to 120 at a super low temperature in the oven. And then gonna get a nice crust on them here. I'll usually wait till it releases basically, but this one I think has, and look at that brown. Such a nice crust that honestly you only get on a carbon steel pan. No sticking, but yeah, look at that. I'll sear the sides as well, but that is such a beautiful sear. Yeah, love that. All done, and look at that. Such a nice job. And I mean, there's other pans that you can get nice crusts on, but I think carbon steel does the best job of it. If you want a beautiful steak, you can get it with your Matfer carbon steel pans. I love this thing, and yeah, definitely recommend it. Sauteing some onions in ghee. Still no stick. Since the handle is metal, it can get warm if you're cooking for a while. But I haven't had any problems unless I'm cooking for a while. Like these have been on for maybe 5 minutes and it's not even really warm to the touch. It's gonna take a while, but if you are cooking something, you know, that's super hot or cooking it for a long time, you will want to use some sort of protection for your hand when touching it. Some nice sauteed onions, nothing sticking at all. There are a few different ways to season your carbon steel pan to get it so it has those nice nonstick properties. You can do it in an oven, you can do it on a stove top, and then I'm going to try the way that Matfer recommends, using potato peels, oil, and salt on a stove top. I've done it a few different ways, never that, but seems like a lot of people do like that way. Matfer has instructions and different options on their website. If you don't have a gas cooktop and you're using induction, it can be better to do it in the oven. Just takes longer. Some people like that better, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do it on the stove top with potato peels. I've got my pan heating up for its initial seasoning. You can use a variety of different oils. I have tallow that I actually made from neighbor's cow butchering, and that's a nice high smoke point oil. A lot of people like canola, grapeseed, avocado. You can use something, I mean, there's a lot of different options. It's just you want something that has a high smoke point so you can get this high enough without, you know, burning the oil and smoking yourself out of the house. So tallow definitely works. I am going to use around a half a cup of this, and then salt and potato peels. So putting in my tallow, not going to measure it out, but maybe around half a cup. Then a quarter cup of salt, and the peels from a couple of potatoes, and just going to saute those for a while, and I'll show you how that goes. Make sure you get the oil up on the sides of the pan so you're getting everything with that nice oil coating. You can already see a little bit of a color change happening. It's been about 10 minutes and getting closer to done. Matfer recommends around 15 minutes. You don't need to get these potato skin black, but if you want to get them pretty cooked, and then I'll probably do this one more time to get one more layer on. They're all pretty dark and smoking now. Probably could have stopped a little before this, but I am going to stop now and throw these things away and then wipe out my pan. So just gonna wipe it out. It is still pretty hot. This could wait a little bit, but I'm going to wipe some of it out. But you can already see it's got a nice color to it already. Here's how it looks after that first pan seasoning. Definitely a nicer color on that. It's a little light dark, and they do say basically, you know, you're gonna start out light dark and then keep getting darker as you cook with it over months and years. What I may do though now is do one oven set or season after this, just to get the bottom a little more and get a little darker of a color, maybe add another layer. I could do it on the top, the oven top or the stove top again, but I won't be able to get the bottom as much. So I think I'm going to do one in the oven, which is pretty easy. Just wipe it down with oil, very, very light coat, and put it for 45 minutes at 400 degrees, and then let it cool down. For this oven seasoning, I'm just going to use a little more tallow, just a tiny bit, and rub it on the outside and the inside, and then I'm going to rub it off with another cloth so that there's basically nothing left, or at least, you know, it doesn't even have a sheen. It's matte, because you do not want a thin or a thick layer of oil on. You want a very thin layer, but I'm going to do the inside and the outside to get a full layer. Started the oven. I have it upside down. I'm going to do it at 450. Some people say 500. Matfer says 400. I feel like with the smoke point of the towel that I'm using, I should probably do 450. So I'll do that for 45 minutes and then come back. So I put it in for 45 minutes at 450. Then let it cool down in the oven. You see it looks pretty good. I did get a little bit of oil here. I should have wiped it off even more. But the good thing about carbon steel is you just cook with it. Even if it's not perfect, the seasoning, it's going to develop over time. And that's just always how it is. And as long as you just cook with it, it's fine. So I'm going to cook an egg now. Let's test it out.